less than 72 hours from the Detroit Lions season being over. And there's already talk of being Super Bowl contenders next year. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If this is your first time here, we talk all things about the Detroit Lions, so consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. The Detroit Lions are coming off a very emotional season, starting the season very rough at 1-6, firing coach Aubrey Pleasant, trading away tight end TJ Hockenson, and then going 8-2 in their last 10 games. They lost to the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving, and they lost to the Carolina Panthers just a few weeks ago. And that game right there, those two games were the difference between them making the playoffs and them cleaning out their lockers this week. But coming off of what the team has done this year and the foundation that they are building, there are people out there in the NFL world that believe that just in year 3, that the Detroit Lions could be contending for a Super Bowl in year 3. How fantastic is that? We had the Rich Strike story of 2022, and I think even though they missed out on the playoffs by a half game, I think Peter King was right. We were the Rich Strike story, coming back, having no odds at all, and coming back and taking over the race, and I think we did just that. But Super Bowl contending, that is a bold statement to make, but one ESPN analyst believes that the Detroit Lions are going to be contending for a Super Bowl next year. You clicked on this video, so you saw the thumbnail. Louis Riddick believes that the Detroit Lions won't just be contending for a playoff spot or a division, but they could be Super Bowl contenders in 2023. This information comes from Sports Illustrated. I'm going to say this now. I believe this team is a Super Bowl contender in 2023. I think what Dan Campbell is doing is just absolutely phenomenal in terms of culture setting. Riddick said, I think young offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, what he did with Jared Goff this season, when Jared Goff had basically thrown on the trash heap, he was blamed for everything that LA couldn't accomplish offensively out there with the Rams. You see what he did last night, referring to Sunday Night Football. Now he's getting lauded for a lot of things the Detroit Lions are accomplishing. Riddick explained further. Along with that great offensive line, those two running backs that can absolutely just bludgeon you, and a defense that right now had some young players that are standing up and saying, look, you better start noticing us. Just like Jamal Williams said in his post-game comments, look out for the Detroit Lions in 2023. I think they, for once now, are going to truly be looked at and given the respect they deserve. Those are pretty big comments from Louis Riddick. And as far as Jamal Williams, the number one priority to me in this offseason as it begins officially is to bring back Jamal Williams. We all saw the love that Jamal Williams was getting. He was actually named NFC Offensive Player of the Week coming out of the NFL. But Jamal Williams said, listen, y'all better start respecting us because all y'all kept talking about is how the Detroit Lions didn't have a chance. And like I said in my videos before today, the Detroit Lions showed up and showed out. We had a chance to be seen for the first time this year, outside of Thanksgiving, in prime time, because Thanksgiving is not prime time. We had a chance for the entire United States to watch us. And we had 28.6 million people tune in to Sunday Night Football this past week. And the Detroit Lions did exactly what we thought they could do, which was show up and show out. So let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about Super Bowl contention? I'm going to say it right now. I can see it as well. We get that defense up, man. I mean, the sky is the limit. If you think about this year, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, all the Detroit Lions players were saying that we're right there. When they were 1-6, they're right there. Just one more play. And we had to have one of the best records as we ended the season. We had a top 5 offense, and the defense started coming alive as the season ended. So I would say, why not? The Green Bay Packers have obviously fallen off. They got to figure out what they're going to do over there. The Chicago Bears are in rebuild mode. And I don't think, honestly, that the Minnesota Vikings can keep this up consistently as far as the type of record that they had this year. I believe our domination is coming soon, as early as next year. Could you imagine if the Detroit Lions could win their first playoff game in over 30 years and en route all the way to the Super Bowl? That would be fantastic to see that happen. So let me know in the comments below, what do you feel about Louis Riddick saying that the Detroit Lions could be Super Bowl contenders in 2023? My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. We were able to grow 5,000 last offseason to get to where we are now. Let's see if we can cover 10 this offseason and be close to 20,000 by the time the season kicks off in 2023. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. The Detroit Lions aren't coming. They're here. And as always, go Lions.